Okay, so here's the little gadget for this today. And this is a new shed that my wife and I have built. We're still in the process of doing a few things to it, but it is I guess you could call it a shed, but it's a 14 by 32 foot shed. And I had the trusses built so that we would actually have a second story, basically. So the gadget I want to show you is these steps. So I didn't want to waste space and have a pair of permanent steps. And I'm just kind of showing the shed a little bit here. Of course, we've got still doing some construction, building some shelves and whatnot. But anyway, I didn't want to waste the space with a set of stairs that were going to be permanently in place and taking up valuable space. So I ended up making these, designed them in CAD, and as you can see here, these are just kind of custom built stairs that I built, or I guess you could kind of call it a ladder, but I designed it in such a way that it would maximize the space and where it brought you up into the second story. So you had to kind of get your spacing as far to the wall as you could without bringing yourself up to the wall. And then at the bottom, I wanted to make sure that I maximized the space and be able to open the door when the stairs are down. So initially when I did this, I was going to just stop the stairs part way up, or not part way, but at the top where you would need them. Then at the last minute, I thought, well, if I put this other piece here, extend the stairs up, I would be able to pull down on the top of the stairs. And I had this old winch. It's kind of ripped apart right now because I'm going to have to rewire part of it, but for right now it's working pretty well. And it looks like I need to fix a board there that's a little bit loose, needs to be reinforced. But when I designed these, I wanted to design them in a way that if you wanted, you could go down face first, which is what I'm doing right now. And I was able to get about 54 degrees in the slant of these. So it's kind of on the edge of being safe to go down face first. But at any rate, I wanted to show you it lifting up, but I need to reinforce that up there before I do that. So I'm going to pause this video and fix that. Okay, so I did fix that board up there. I saw it was coming a little loose. I'm not sure if maybe I didn't put all my screws in, but it was twisting a little bit. So at any rate, let me show you a little bit of the mechanics of this. So I didn't want to have to lift these up every time I want to use them. So I used an old winch, and this winch basically uses a couple pulleys. My initial time, I only used one pulley to guide it down to this cross member, which is almost like an I-beam that I built. And it was a little too quick and a little too twitchy. So talked to an old retired machinist friend of mine, and he said, well, the quickest simple fix for that is to add an additional pulley, and that will slow down the movement of the winch by 50% and increase your torque by 100. So I figured for the cost of a $4 pulley, that was a pretty good return. So anyway, as I said, I designed this all in CAD, and my envision was that these stairs would fold up, or tilt up, I guess I should say. And in order to maximize the space of this, I made it so where they come down and land in the floor is just shy of the door. So just in case you want to leave these down for an extended period of time, we can close the door without any issues. So it's kind of interesting to build it all in CAD and then come out and build it, and it all came out obviously as I designed it. This shaft up here that the stairs pivot on, that was my uncle gave it to me, my late uncle, that I think it was a exercise bar, a weight bar that he had given me probably 10 years ago, and I ended up reusing it. It's solid steel, and it's going to be more than strong enough to hold this up. But anyway, let me show you what it does. It's designed to be lifted up with the winch, and right now I have this on kind of a hokey, just using the factory controls, but I will eventually put this under probably processor control, so I can just hit a single button and it just does everything. So this basically is what it looks like, and I can stop the winch at any point in the process. In this case, because I had to maximize the space, the stairs could not be long enough, or they would be too long and they would end up hitting the door. So I put a hinge in the steps so that part can fold up, and I made in 3D printed these magnetic brackets that allow me to position the bottom of the step, and it just stays in whatever position I leave it in. If I want to bring them down, I would do this, and these two magnetic brackets, they're just 3D printed plastic. And these may change, but for right now, they do the job. But then once we flip that up, it stays in place. There's a switch that came on the winch that I've basically relocated. That's why the winch is open right now. But over here in the middle of the screen, you can see there's a new switch. And that switch will stop the winch from going too high. And so when you lift this up, it needs to go higher than where its original resting position will be. So I'll go ahead. And I'm just going to hold the winch down, not let up on it. And I didn't stop it. The switch up there stopped it. So you can see where the switch is located. Now, I probably could leave this like this, but I don't really want to leave all that stress and tension on the winch. It's just not good for the motor, and it's just really not good for the system. So all I did was put a few blocks up here above the header, or on the header of the door here, and all I do is have a 2x4 that goes in and just rests there. Doesn't need to do anything more than that. And you can see how close I designed it. It's about an inch shy. I didn't want to have any issues as the stairs went up. I didn't want them to catch on the corners or anything. So then all I do is take the winch, I back off on it a little bit, and you'll see once I do that, I just let it let up a little bit. Now there's no tension on the winch. And we have our full floor to use without any obstruction of any stairs or anything. And the stairs are fully resting on the frame of the shed, so there really isn't any extra load on the winch. There's no chance that the winch is going to fail at this point and drop the stairs on your head. That would be a bad thing. And they're up totally out of the way of the main door. You see here the main door opens. Everything's clear. So anyway, that's just a little bit of a gadget for today. We still got a lot to do in the shed here, but boy, it's been nice to have. We're already starting to fill it full of crap. Most of the stuff that's in here now is my construction tools and everything, but eventually we're going to have mowers and who knows what, all the overflow of stuff we have from our basement and garage. It's probably going to end up out here. Anyway, that was the gadget for today.